I'm a female student walking home after a night shift. I took my normal route home where it had plenty of light. While walking on the sidewalk and I pass a vehicle with a man sitting in the driver's seat. He was looking through the windscreen. I found it weird and kept walking while adding some speed. I took the first turning at the top of the street near my house and ran up a driveway and hid behind a bush. I could see the road from where I was, and I could see the car driving past very slowly. Next thing, the car stopped and the man got out. He walked up the bottom of this driveway and looked around. My heart was in my throat at this point. After a couple of minutes, the guy went back in his car and drove off. I wasted no time getting home. That was only around the corner. As soon as I got into my house, I locked all the doors and kept all the lights off. I was too scared to move, let alone speak on the phone to anyone. The next part was the worst. 10 minutes went by and looked outside the window. And there, he was, the same guy I seen sitting in the car, just looking up to my window. At the point I was petrified and called 911. The police stopped by not long after and done a full check of the property and found nothing. I'm thankful that nothing like that has ever happened ever since. I'm a 39-year-old female walking home from work. As normal, it was a clear evening and didn't mind the walk even though I was asked if I wanted a lift with some work colleagues. This was early in the evening and didn't think anything could go wrong. I was walking down this road alongside a lovely forest. As I normally do, not often cars drive past me as it's very isolated. Anyway, minding my own business, this car pulls up next to me and asks if I needed a lift anywhere. I replied respectfully and said no, I was fine. And the guy just looked at me and drove off. I didn't think anything at first. 15 minutes later, the same car and driver pulls up again and asks the same question, if I wanted a lift home. I told the guy I was fine and just wanted to walk home. I carried on walking. As I looked back, the car was still parked up at the side of the road. This situation didn't seem normal. I phoned my friend to come and pick me up. Eventually, my friend picks me up and tells me about a woman who got attacked just a few hours ago, not far from the road I was walking. The car that was described was just like the one that pulled over with me. I'm a 21-year-old male, 6'3", 220 pounds, deep voice, big guy. I wasn't ever worried about walking alone at night until now. I was walking around my suburb like I usually do, and I had just hit this long stretch of sidewalk when I saw a tall, skinny woman along the path, walking her dog toward me. Now I understand I strike an imposing figure, so whenever I encounter others on my walks, I do my best to be less intimidating. So as I walk nearer to this woman, I say good evening. How's it going? Stuff to lighten the tension. This is where it gets weird. She says good evening. How's it going? Then she says it again, and again, 3 times in total. That already kinda got me on edge. But then her dog approaches, and so she drags the dog away. Intent on my mission to lighten the mood, I say, haha, no worries. And then she says haha, no worries 3 times. Once again progressively approaching my vocal pattern. Except the haha was rather robotic. By this time, I had passed her. But I didn't even want to look behind me. I just superpower walked the hell out of there. And when I got home, I found out that some woman described as the one I seen broke out of a mental hospital and stole somebody's dog. And also she had killed her husband in his sleep 15 years ago.